Hello, this is Aaron Shepherd here from the Golf Academy at Staverton Park. Today we're taking a look at Staverton Park club member Charles Smedley, who's currently doing a series of 4 lessons. Charles is looking to achieve a single figure handicap. He's currently playing off 10.7. When we sat down with Charles and discussed his strengths and weaknesses, one of the areas of his game he wanted to look at during his first week was his mid-iron play. His observations being that he tended to leak some shots to the right, and therefore had to aim a little bit to the left to compensate for this, but then occasionally hit a shot straight left. With his ball striking, if it wasn't good, it tended to be a bit thin on occasions, and a little bit low, his ball flight as well. So we're going to have a look today at perhaps why this is. So if you just take a look at the screen on the left hand side, what we've got is Charles before. So what I'd just like to show you is why he hits some shots occasionally left and with a bit of a fade. So I'm just going to take a line up through the bottom of the shaft, up through his right shoulder, and just have a little look at his swing plane, if you like. So he stands to the ball quite nicely, runs back, club goes a little inside, up to the top of the backswing, quite a nice position, but you see just on the downswing as he comes down, that club works above the ideal plane line, if you like, which is going to cause him to hit a little bit across the ball, a bit steep from time to time, which is why he gets low ball flights when he's steep, loses a bit of loft, and traps the ball out there. And then from that position you can also hit some pulls, and with pulls, if you have the face a little open occasionally at impact, then that pull's going to turn into a fade. So what we did is we just gave Charles a little drill actually to start with. We kept it quite instinctive. So you see on the right hand side there's a cane above his golf ball. It's at an angle. I'll show you the angle so you can see how it looks. So you can see the cane there is kind of coming up at a 30-degree angle above his golf ball. So his instruction was quite simple. I said, can you make some swings and just avoid hitting the cane? So therefore that would make him hit the ball more from the inside and less over the top, and within 2 practice swings he was doing a pretty nice job. So let's just run a line up through here for swing plane. Okay, so here we go. Run him up to still didn't change the backswing, didn't really feel the need to talk about changing the backswing just yet, but if you watch as he comes down now, look how much closer, how much more on line his club is to that plane line here now. So here's his club shaft, look how much closer it is to that orange line, whereas before you can see how much more above that line it is, which is why he was hitting some shots pulling and fading. And as he comes down into the ball, the club head is much more behind him at this point, whereas on the one on the left hand side the club head is more out in front of the hands look, so he's approaching the ball more from the outside. Problematic, you could also get some toe strikes with this technique, and if you look at that particular shot he hit there, he did catch that one off the toe as he comes into the ball this time, much more from the inside, a much more central strike, still slightly off the toe but more down to distance he's been standing from the golf ball. This then resulted in his ball flight flying with a right to left curve, and also a slight change in finish position, albeit that we didn't actually talk about this. So you'll notice how the club exits the swing before, again quite a steep looking position, whereas here how much more round the club is. So not something we discussed, just something that sort of changed really. I've also attached into the newsletter some screenshots of his data from the launch monitor. So I got Charles to warm up, hit say sort of 10 shots, and you'll notice in the side spin column how every ball has a letter R after it, so that means it curved to the right. And then if you look from about shot 12 onwards, what you'll notice is, one, there was more consistency in the distance he hit the ball, but also that every ball was then curving to the left. So he had some shots turning from a fade into a draw, which is always nice. This also helps one of his big issues with hitting shots off small tees, off par 3s. He tended to hit them a bit high up the face and struggle getting the distance off a tee. Always felt better off the ground, but when we shallowed him out he hit the shots off the tee so much better as well. Next week we're going to be looking at Charles hit a few shots on the course off some small tee pegs, just to see how that's settled in over the week, and also going to take a little look at his chipping. So watch out for next week's newsletter, and yeah, you can see the progress he's making. But so far so good. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys